Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, everybody, it's Diane. I'm hoping this is coming through. Lucky Gardenia, Dashboard Confessional. Thus, I'm in the car. Hair style diary. Just got my hair cut. And just kind of thrown together, to be honest. Elvis is in the building. We're good to go on that. I'm parked in front of my stylist home, and the postman's coming, so I'm going to try and beat him because he's going to think I'm a crazy woman. What I have to tell you is what I have attached to my phone is the most hilarious little thing. I was looking for some kind of makeup in Walmart. Yeah, I don't wear expensive makeup. I'm good to go with, mascara by Revlon, CoverGirl, Revlon lipstick, and that way I'm not high maintenance whatsoever. Anyway, I saw this little gadget, little doodad, on the cover of this box, and it's an e.l.f. brand, which is very inexpensive, and I'm like, what in the gosh is that? Probably what I really said is, what the hell is that? It is a selfie light that you attach to your phone. It's like a little ring lit thing, and it actually has 3 different settings, and I'm using it, and it's quite funny. It makes the phone a little bit heavier to hold up, so this will help me not to do a long video because my arm's going to give out here shortly, but and frankly, I don't think I have anything of much interest to share, so that's another reason it's going to be brief. And another is I'm just not in the groove to do this. I don't even know. I've taped this like 3 times. So happy St. Patty's Day. Are you wearing green? If not, you need to be pinched. I've got on turquoise that is green. My Hazel eyes have green, and then I have a little silver charm on here with that has a, I know it's not emerald. I'm not quite sure what gemstone it is, but so I'm good to go on that. And outfit of the day, just really quick, I just have on a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. I've got on leggings and my black Doc combat boots, and then this really pretty pink little long, it's really long. This is for the older crowd. It's kind of a came color. For those of you that are younger and don't know, came was a soap growing up, and there weren't all these fancy brands. There was probably Ivory and Camay, I think. Anyway, it's kind of that color, and it has like a little bow you can tie in the front. So I threw that on just to jazz it up. And then these little earrings, I think I got them at Dillard's probably 25 years ago, and they're actually clip-ons. And I must have really wanted them bad because they're clip-ons, and I have pierced ears. So I don't think I've ever worn them, and I thought, I've got on primarily black, so I need something to tie that in, so going with that. Hopefully they don't fall off. Getting real with you here. Okay, got a little... I'm just really kind of not in the mood to make a video. I've been really kind of having the blues, and I deal with anxiety. I think I mentioned that before, and so probably when I'm feeling that way, it's hard to do things that are creative, or usually I'm kind of goofy on these, so it's comes easier at times. But I thought, it's been a month, I'll just do a quick update. But everybody, I'm fine. It's just sometimes you have to make, you have to do adulting things and make financial decisions that are the best for you financially in the long run, but they hurt your heart. So I won't go into that because I'll start crying, but dealing with that, and then I think just the length of time that COVID has gone on, and just myself primarily being in my apartment a lot, and I'm getting I'm not a hermit, but it's like I can only take so much of being out and about in a certain amount of time, and I think some of that's due to being an empath, but I'm just kind of, it's been a lot to weather, you know, over the last 2 years. So, and this week I've gone to the grocery store, did that, dropped by Cricket and bought some floss for cross stitch. I've actually been cross stitching. This is not going to be much Cricket, but I think I did 500 stitches in my abstract pug counted cross stitch. So that's a start. And I think one thing that I've also decided, I keep messing with my hair, sorry, Cricket, is that I like full coverage where I can use pre-gridded canvases, and that way I can mark it off and I'm not counting, and you know, you have more opportunity to really mess up that way. My arm is already dying. Anyway, been doing a little bit of cross stitch, trying to push myself to do more artistic things. In an effort to get me motivated to do, I'm going to turn this way so I can kind of put my arm. Jean Hines is a watercolorist, professional, and Daniel Smith actually has a palette, I think of 8 or 10 colors that are her primary colors that she picks. So she's a professionally known watercolorist, and I think she's from over the pond in the UK, and she has several books that are out, and here's the postman driving by. Glad that's over. Anyway, she came up with a subscription you could do for, I think it was going to be over $20 a month, and have access to all of these videos to learn her methods. And she really does things with a different approach. And you know, when I first figured out how much, you know, converting pounds to dollars, well, she did a big discount, and at least for the first year, and it's where you can cancel anytime, which I like. I don't like where you're committed for a year for something. Switching hands, so let's see. So it was in a price range that I could afford, and heck, if I don't do anything with it, I'll just cancel the subscription. I did also, I think I told you I canceled my Weight Watchers, and good thing that I was looking through my bank is that I had done the cancellation through the app and it didn't take, and I'm like, what the heck, you know, it's near $50, and it's like I haven't been on the app in I don't know how long. So trying to find an actual phone number where you can talk to a legit person to make sure that it actually takes the cancellation, I finally had to search it on the internet. And then of course, you know, they're tasked with trying to get you not to cancel. So he's going through all his bill, and I'm like, I wanted to say, you're just wasting your time. My decision's been made. You know, I may go back, but right now I'm not. But poor him, he just kept on trying. I'm like, you know, I thought I'd canceled a month ago. So you know, none of your perspectives is really going to change anything. So finally got that done. Also reassessed, you know, the ballet classes that I online. There's one that I've never done more than once, so I canceled that. So that offset the painting course, so kind of switched that out. So trying to get a little bit more creative. Did a little daily journaling yesterday, hoping to get just some of the stuff that are probably going around in my mind, and you know, my concerns, anxieties, and just get them out on paper. I think that will be helpful. One thing that was helpful is I got out with Robin. Asked me to join them. She's on spring break, and they're doing all kinds of fun things this week. And we went to the Fort Worth Zoo, and I bought some workout leggings to wear. I was going to wear my high top embroidered chucks. They're really cool. And I got there, and I'm in the car with Isabella and in the back seat, and I realized that down a lot of the leg, it was sheer. It was like sheer net. I'm like, oh my God, I did not even see that. Obviously, I didn't try them on. Thank God I had like a windbreaker or a little jacket that I tied around my waist. I'm like, I look like a hussy here. You know, my daughters could pull off wearing it. It's like, it just wasn't me. So my decision on how to manage the sheerness is to wear tights underneath it. So that's my workaround. A right brain person coming out with out of the box kind of fix it ideas. That's one advantage to having a right brain. Zoo was fun. We were there, and it was spring break, and Lord, the number of people we drove. It's in Fort Worth, and real close to where Robin lives. And on the highway, it was backed up on the highway. The zoo is not really close to just being off the turnoff. It was like so many people were going to the zoo. And Robin had thought that Wednesday would be the day that everybody was there. It was going to be half price day. And so she thought, okay, Tuesday would be a better day to go. Well, the parking was in overflow parking, and thank God that Carlos was driving, and that didn't faze him whatsoever. So, little Isabella was, she is so energetic, and such a doll. And she's got the cutest little hair. It kind of flips up in the back, and it's kind of long in front. So Robin had it in two little ponytails at the top of her head. She kind of looked like pebbles, and she is just adorable. She's not even 18 months. She's able to, I think I've told you, her height is above average. But when we were getting ready to leave the house, Robin's house, Isabella wanted something. And so she had gotten into the refrigerator. She had opened the Tupperware and gotten out string cheese all by herself, not even two, opening up a canister of Tupperware. And but what the funniest thing is that she was so excited. Her feet were like hopping up and down. It was like her little happy dance for the cheese. And it's like, that is the cutest thing. It was like she just couldn't contain herself. She was so happy. And I'm like, Robin, you got to write that in her baby book. And she's like, Robin had been out of town for Jen's birthday. They went to Vegas for a couple days. And when she got home, she said, Mom, she did that happy dance. And I'm like, if that just does not melt your heart, I don't know what will. Your child, after you've been gone for a little bit longer than normal, and you're back, and they're just ecstatic that you're home. Mom is home. Anyway, Robin and Carlos are such good parents. Just so amazing. Just so, you know, cautious and thoughtful, and just everything that they're doing to raise Isabella is just amazing. And I had Robin when I was 23, and I think Robin was 38 when she had Isabella. I think she turns 40 this year. So I'm 23 and she's 38. So, and she's got, the internet has all the answers to a lot of things, and there's so many new baby things. She gets these great educational packages sent, I think, every 2 months. They're not cheap, but they're kind of Montessori based. They're learning. They have a purpose to them, and which is absolutely spot on for Isabella. Her brain is just always trying to figure out how things are how they work, how they go together, how, I can just see the cogs in her head just going. And my grandfather, which would be Isabella's great grandfather, I think, was a actual genius. He was a civil engineer and well known in the U.S. And I'm like, it does skip generations. And my mom's sister was also, I think, tested, and she was a genius. And so anyway, it did not hit me. It kind of like scooped right on over me. My girls are brilliant. So it's no surprise that Isabella just, and maybe this is just Birdie talking, Grandma Birdie, but I just, her brain, she just seems advanced to me. And another fun thing, when we were, one thing, we were sitting down, they were eating some lunch, some snacks, and we were sitting on a picnic bench, and there was like a window to a store, but it was kind of blacked out. And I just, have you ever just like glanced over, and I just glimpsed, and I thought, who is that woman with that white hair? And I'm like, oh, that really cool hairstyle. And it was me. It was hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a goofball. And to further be a goofball that day, I'm like asking Robin, are you wearing green? And she's like, Mom, I'm like, it's St. Patty's Day. Do I need to pinch you? And I think I had on a mint green bra or something to cover the green part. And she's like, Mom, it's Thursday, the 17th. I'm like, oh my God. So we were rolling, laughing about that. And we walked and we walked and we walked. I don't know how many steps we did, but one thing I have noticed, and I'm going to talk to my arthritis doctor, is I think I've told you I've got, from my osteoporosis, there's a portion of my lower back that is collapsed. And I'm also, scoliosis runs in my mom's side, my mom. And I'm tipping to the right, and my ribs are almost on top of, my bottom rib is almost on top of my hip. And when I walk for extended periods of time, I just get extreme back pain. Or if I'm sitting on the floor like cross-legged, it hurts so bad. And I am guessing it's due to the misalignment or whatever. But I didn't sleep a whole lot before I got up and got ready to go to the zoo, to get over to Robin's house and not be late. My friend Brenda has challenged me to get better at not being tardy, and so far I'm doing pretty darn good. My hair appointment, I think I was 2 minutes late, so I count that as a win. And to be driving from Louisville to Fort Worth on a weekday. I wasn't real sure what kind of, sorry I keep on messing with this. I don't know if you can see it. But I made it on time to Robbins, and there's several other places I've challenged myself, and sometimes I'm been early, so I plan to, in my mind, to get there starting with an hour before, and usually baking in an hour, I get there somewhat on time. So I have to manage myself that way. But, oh, the other funny thing is, I was telling Robin that I had been watching YouTube, and I had seen this really interesting thing. It was, I think they're called Huskers, that are, you know, musicians playing in the subway, and, you know, probably somewhere in New York, or, you know, somewhere where they have underground systems. And he starts playing Sweet Caroline, and that was the song Neil Diamond from when I was growing up. And after he got into the song, everybody, and this was not like a planned, whatever they call it, where, you know, everybody shows up and knows that they're going to do this certain dance, or, you know, it's kind of impromptu. The people don't even know each other, or they get together and do belly dancing, or, you know, something just shocking people that all these group of people are getting together and doing whatever amazing activity that it's about. But anyway, by the end of it, everybody was singing, and I can't sing, Sweet Caroline, bum, 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 good times, whatever. So I started singing that, and the whole way we walked out of the zoo, Rob was like, I can't get that out of my head, Mom. And it was like we were just singing it. And once we get in the car, I was still singing it, making up some of my own lyrics, and Isabella was in the back seat with me, and I was like playing with her feet, and we were just having a good old time just playing around. And yeah, I'm the fun, quirky grandma birdie, but you know, you just got to be, you're the only one of you, so don't copy anybody else, just be you. And I just happen to be quirky is what I would say, and fun. Hopefully I'm fun. I mean, not everything is fun, and I realize that, and certainly we've had a lot of non-fun stuff going on for 2 years now. But the other observation, not only was the zoo interesting for, I think Fort Worth is one of the best zoos rated in the country. San Diego is up there. They're rebuilding the habitat for the tigers and cheetahs, or it was a really big habitat, and they're doing like major construction, and they're, I guess, at another zoo until next year. But there's a lot of walking, and they just have it's really set up very nicely, and the animals seem happy. There was giraffes there, lots of giraffes. My mom loves giraffes, so those always are one of my favorite things to see. I would have liked to see a koala bear, and I wish we had panda bears down here. We don't. There was a Texas brown bear, and I'm like, there's bears in Texas? And, and Carlos is like, yeah. Of course, he's an outdoorsy kind of guy. But the people watching there was just as fun as the, you know, looking at the animals that they had. It was like it was like going to the fair. And usually when I go to the fair, I like to have like a scavenger hunt for different kinds of people and what they're wearing, or whatever. And I was just observing how many different how different everybody is. Everybody is such an individual, and from height to body shape to hair color, what they wear, I just had a great time just people watching. And so anyway, it was good that I got out of the house. Hazel did not like it whatsoever. She's gotten very used to me being home the majority of the time. And, I'm getting out some socially. So, Robin's like, well, Mom, you just need to get out more. She's getting too dependent on you. And she's probably right. So, anyway, yeah, she waits by the door for me to come home, which is, I wish she wouldn't do that. But I turn on the TV and she doesn't really seem to like that. So have stopped doing that. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, anyway, when I got home, because I'd only slept, I think, 4 hours leading up, to wake up to get ready for the zoo, I told Hazel when I left, and yes, I talked to Hazel. I was like, Hazel, when I get home, we are going to go to bed early. And I actually stayed up till about 9:30, but I was like just drop dead sleepy, and like fatigue just overtook me. And we slept for 12 hours. And do I not get the greatest pugs? I mean, Hazel was right there sleeping with me and not upset at all. And so I guess I really, really needed that sleep. I keep on seeing the lighting kind of change. I don't know if it's my little ring light. Y'all will have to tell me if the quality is any better this go around. But this little doodad that only cost about $13, $13 to $15, and I almost was going to take it back. But I thought, I'll probably never see one of these things again. It's like, I'm going to grab it, and if it doesn't actually work, I'll just take it back. But I think it does kind of light up. So maybe it's making me look better, because I really just kind of, me, just threw myself together. But trying to think of what other stuff I have going on. I've been in the mood for spaghetti, so I've been doing spaghetti for dinner, and kind of make the spaghetti the way we made it growing up. It's nothing special, but it just hits the mark with me. It's really hard to find. You can find it on Amazon. A lot of grocery stores don't carry it, but Kraft makes it, and it's one of those little boxes, kind of the shape of what the little macaroni and cheese boxes came in, and it has thin spaghetti in it, and a packet of Parmesan cheese, and a package of the seasoning. And I think, if my memory, got my arms going to bed, that there's something about the spices in that little packet. Oh, it calls for tomato paste, which we never did. We always did 4 cans of Hunt's tomato sauce, and I get the tomato sauce that's no salt in it, and then I do very lean ground beef and onion. I add that, and I like the thick spaghetti. And actually, for anyone that likes spaghetti, the store brand for Walmart, I think it's called Great Value, their spaghetti is actually very thick. It's really nice. I bought a box of it when, the run on the food at the store during COVID, and I just got whatever they had, and it actually is very, very good. And this is kind of jumping, but I like just normal pasta, and I'm not into cauliflower pasta or pizza crust. My sister Tracy can rock that, but you know, maybe I would try the pizza crust. I'm not sure, but even the whole wheat just does not do it for me. I think I get the Skinner is my usually go-to. So the only thing I do different than what we did growing up is I add in another 8 ounces of tomato sauce, and you can freeze it. Freeze the sauce. You know, you make the spaghetti, cook it separately, and just put it in Tupperware, and you're good to go for a couple nights, and very easy to make. That's the cooking part of the show, everybody. Update on Hazel. Hazel is feeling better, but she does kind of occasionally try to scratch her ears, so I have this, it's in a squirt bottle. It's liquid that you squirt into the ear, but it breaks up, I guess, if they have any yeast or anything in there, and you know, they shake their head and it supposedly loosens it up and gets it out of there. I don't know if that's the real deal, but that's what they say. So hopefully we can combat it so it doesn't come back. But she is feeling better. She's back to her sassy self. And I think I don't know if I told you, but they told her she was weighed too much. And yeah, I did tell you, because no girl, even Hazel, doesn't want to hear that. But she had actually lost 2.8 pounds in 2 weeks. And the vet was kind of, I think, concerned with that she was on a no-grain dry food. I do Dick Van Patten's bison and sweet potato, and then do a little topper of Caesar. You know, I kind of stay away from the poultry versions, but you know, they have all kinds of little different tastes for her. You know, you want variety. But then, you know, I started looking at the treats that I've been giving her, and it does have some grains in there. So, and I think her concern was about the heart. There's something in grains. There's an element that has been found, if your dog is having no grains, it can lead to heart problems. So probably this next go around with dog food, I'll probably buy a smaller bag of the Vic Van Pattens, and I think they recommended I think it's Karen, or some kind of one of the specialty Purina, and I can't think of the other, but I'll probably do the Karen. I'm probably really botching up how to say that. But let's see. I'm trying to think what else. I think the only thing, I think I told you that some friends I met online, 2 twins and their spouses, their mom is quite ill and is on hospice, basically, and her birthday is in March, and they asked everyone to send a card and, you know, do some type of memory of their mom or whatever, and they thought that would be really touching for her. And so I got a card, and you know, I've never met the twins in person, but we've talked on the phone, and you know, talked through football games, and they were cheering for somebody else, and I was cheering, or they watched the Cowboys with me over the phone. So they got my card, and her mom was really touched that someone from Texas would send her a card. So I even though I've never met their mom, their mom hung the moon, and their stepdad hung the moon, and that is so nice to hear, that when people have really admirable parents, that they just adore them. So I'm happy that I sent it, and that she got it, and got there pretty quickly. Anyway, my mouth's getting dry. I'm probably, you're bored to tears. Cricket, Debbie in Oklahoma, and I don't know if there's anybody else that watches my channel that does cross stitching, but we should do a stitch along. But for me, it's probably going to have to be a full coverage piece, and it doesn't have to be big. It's probably be better to be small. So let me know if you have any thoughts. And Cricket, if you think of anything, I think you do some holiday related things, maybe something Halloween. Anyway, we'll see what we come up with. And thank you for anyone that is still watching. Thank you for watching this channel to begin with. And I really appreciate it when you do watch and leave me a comment. It just makes my heart happy. So hope you're doing well. I hope your family's well and your friends are well. And it seems like maybe world is getting a little bit, at least with the pandemic, is getting a little bit improved. The majority of the people at the zoo did not have on masks. I should have said this up front. I am praying for all the individuals in the Ukraine, and that's just a horrible situation. Yeah, so all prayers and assistance they definitely need. So keep them in mind in your prayers. So I'll talk to you soon. And again, thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, hit this subscribe button so you'll know when I upload a new video. And then if you liked the video, please hit the like button. That'd make me happy too. So how do I end this, guys? I gotta get this. Peace out.